Hello everyone, welcome to the Watch Poplars. Today I am going to start with the pruning of my Hinoki cypress. And then I want to fully repot my elm, because you can see there are leaves coming out. So that will be fun. So this is this is a cultivar of a Chamaecyparis from Japan that it's been bred to grow in a miniature form, and so it's very popular for bonsai. But yeah, so it has its winter colors right now, and that's why it's so brown. That's why it looks kind of dead. On the phone, it makes it look greener than it actually is. It's actually really brown, but that's normal for it, because on the underside, you can see that it's still green, and then on the top, it's kind of bronze. So that's how you know it's alive. I'm going to be pruning it, and pruning for structure. I got this in 2023. I don't know when. I think a friend gave it to me. And yeah, so I'm gonna prune it up. So while I am in the reverse camera and the resolution's not very good, unfortunately. I wish it would. I don't know why it does that, but we'll move on. So I'm gonna prune all the branches that point upward, because I want them to go flat. I have never shown you pruning this before, so this is fun. This is going to take a lot of work because there's so much intricate details to prune. It also smells so good when you prune them. It's very sweet. Oh my god. I'm gonna eat one. It tastes very good too. In the same family as redwoods. Oh, it's so sweet. I love it. And it's so good. I prune this one a little. This tree goes very slowly. It's a miniature cultivar of Chamaecyparis. One of the, there's probably more than one Chamaecyparis native to Japan. Chamaecyparis is the scientific name, by the way. So there's pads. I want to grow this tree a little bit taller. And I kind of like the lean. So I think the leader, this is the leader right here. I'm gonna let this grow. This is gonna let to grow. To kind of grow the leader a bit taller. Also, speaking of up here, there's this branch. It's trying to form an apex. It's very vigorous. I'm gonna just prune the tip off. This is my tiniest Christmas tree. Yeah, you can see. See, it looks quite like dead here, but you flip it over, it's still quite green. Not perfectly green, because it still gets cold under there, but it's just more insulated. So that's why. Yeah. And I like that. Sometimes it's good to have things that kind of change. Even some of them that are evergreen. This is an evergreen. You might even call this a semi-evergreen. But usually that means like it loses some of its leaves during winter. So I wouldn't call it this a semi-evergreen. A semi-green also works. So I'll come back after I prune this, because I might need to spend a lot more time and focus on pruning this. It's probably in the mid 50s, and it feels so warm. I don't know, but I just feel so warm. I've been feeling very warm lately, and it's nice to wear a summer outfit, summer clothes in the middle of winter, even when it's not actually very warm. Here's a branch. It's very, all these cuts are making are so tiny, but there is a branch, and I can get something like this root under the pot. And these cuts are so tiny. I just pruning anything that kind of sticks up or backwards. And sometimes you get growth that kind of grows like this, like just like vertical growth, like a fan that goes like this. Usually I'm trying to keep the ones that go like this. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I'm doing. I'm not really focusing on the structure, like basic structure a whole lot. I'm just trying to keep all the fans like this. So on the back, so you can see how they're kind of going down like this, and here like that. So anything that goes backwards or upward, I am going to remove. This could even be a video on its own. It's so meticulous, this work. So this is, I'm gonna leave this. However, maybe I can just prune these little vertical fans of growth off so that they kind of go downward a bit. I've got a branch here, and I'm gonna put this tile under it. There is a branch I don't want. So you can see, it's this branch right here. Oh yeah, it hasn't fully attached itself to the pot yet, and it's not growing, but there is this branch. There is a branch right here I want to keep. Now there's a branch under here, right here, that I want to keep as well. So I want to keep this one and this one. So I'm going to prune this one off. Also, the reason why I'm removing this, another reason, not just because it's overlapping this one and it's blocking light. However, it's also growing from the same spot as this branch right here. So I'm going to take it off completely. I don't want any more branches growing from that spot. So that was probably, it is probably going to be the biggest reduction. And it actually has solved a lot of the structure problems that it had. And I only now noticed it. I think 10 years from now, this might not be as, it might be twice as bigger, twice the size it is now. It might be ready to go into a bigger pot by then, but it doesn't grow quickly at all. Now I was thinking I probably could prune this off, this leader, but I think I'm gonna wait until next year. I just want to see how it does when I leave the leader like that. So that is the Hinoki cypress. I don't want to prune any more off because I think I don't know, I didn't save all the little clippings in one area, but I mean, I took some decent pieces off. They're very small though. But yeah, I think it's gonna do well this year. Now I'll move on to the next tree. So now, I put this in this training pot. And it was in a garden bed. And I put it in here because, of course, it was gonna cause problems if it stayed in there. So I put it in here, and it's gonna stay in here, I think. It might end up being suitable for a smaller container when I'm done root pruning it. But I'm going to do that huge chop. I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it right here. And I need something bigger for that. So I will get something that will work better. It is obviously getting late. The light has turned on. So I will get a little bit light if it gets too dark. I think, oh, how windy. I'm gonna just prune it off now. So I'm just making sure there's no bugs. So here, there's a huge cut coming up here. This is a big cut. And yeah. So I'm gonna cut it. And it's very, very hard wood. So I might have to. Oh, I could have used a saw. Okay, this is very difficult. And I think this other end is actually, it's squishing the other side of it. So I'm gonna just flip this around and try from the other side. I'm gonna keep rotating it. Just flip it on its side. Is this like the largest operation I've ever done on a tree before? And I'm not afraid of doing it. Ah, that was a huge cut. So there. How old is it? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's just it's a half a decade old. This is half a decade old. It was probably grown like a long shoot like this, and then it was wired into a twist and kind of pushed down into like this toral and contorted. There's spiders, but yeah, I am very proud of that decision, and I need to put some cut paste on this because this is it's either gonna bleed in spring or it's gonna die back really far. So I'm gonna just find some kind of sealant for this. I heard Elmer's glue works, but I don't have the right container. But, so this is the only Elmer's glue I have. It says it's washable. Does the bottle that you could squeeze it out of, is that not washable? I don't think that is washable, so. And I don't think my dad is here. But I could put a cover over this when I'm done. I have lots of covers that keep it out of the rain. So hopefully this works. I've never done this before, and this is not what works. But I think it's all I have. I'm gonna put it on very thick, kind of overlapping the edges. And I'm not afraid of these edges. I'm just mainly concerned about these shoots getting glue on them because there's probably buds I don't see that I might need. So yeah, this hopefully will do well. I'm gonna put some here. There's this piece of wood falling off right here. And now my fingers are slipping. I don't want that dying back. I will decide how far I have to cut this back. I do not want to let death decide that, because death can be unpredictable. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's fair. So yeah, that was actually, I mean, the glue really softened up when I started doing that right away. So after I'm done repotting, I will put one of these covers over it. It'd be a clear cover. So yeah, that is the big cut. Now hopefully this glue holds, and hopefully I remember not to get any water on it. Okay, so now I am going to pull it out. And it's easy because I recently did some work on this. And now I will really repot it. It grew over a foot long shoots last year. Why is this root so soft? Why? I don't know, I think these roots are just flexible. They also look really grotesque. But I know it's alive. They have very fleshy looking roots. But they're not fleshy. This is an elm. This is not an herbaceous perennial or succulent of any kind. Nowhere close. It's in the Ulmaceae family of elms, and the roots, let's see, okay, the skin comes off kind of easily. Another reason why I should probably file these down to round prongs instead of squared off prongs. And which is very doable, because my dad has lots of tools for that. Filing metal. So this is growing in heavy organic matter, and it's going to benefit a lot from my bonsai soil, my makeshift bonsai soil. I can see there are some particles of my own bonsai soil in here. I don't know how they got in there. I thought I remember bare rooting the tree and root pruning it a little bit hard last year. None of the roots are coming out, so that's great. I just want to get all the soil out, because when I collect a lot more crushed rock, or maybe if I make my own crushed rock, then I might add this soil. But I don't want to just leave this soil. I don't want to just abandon this soil. It could be useful for maybe something else. How are we doing on time? Almost 20 minutes? Alright. Should probably speed up a little bit. This root. Why is it so mobile? Okay. I think... Is it time to rinse it? I think it is. I'll rinse it. I'm at a strange time of the year where I'm ready for spring, but I don't want winter to end yet. I've never really felt that before. Maybe I have, but I just didn't know how to explain it. So, I'm gonna get the tree, dunk it into here. And I will come back when I am ready to add the soil. Okay. Oh, right. Yes, we need to root prune first. So, there are a lot of mistakes in this root base. That was not one of the priorities of the growing. Like, this was grown in a bonsai nursery, just growing bonsai stock. Not really kind of focusing on the individual needs. It's just like public school. And this is how some of us turn out when we don't get the right education. So yeah, now I want this root plane to be kind of here around. There are so many so all these white roots that you see are from last year. But oh my god, there's so much horrible stuff going on with this root system. Yeah, not much care was given to this root system. And I don't think it will be safe for the health of this tree to fully correct all of these roots. And by correct, I can't bend them into the right direction because they're too established, but I can do my best doing lots and lots of hard cuts. So here, there is a root that girdles the tree. I'm going to completely remove that. I do not want that to girdle it anymore, because that's gonna be very ugly looking, and it's also not good. It's just like arborists, you gotta not let the roots girdle the tree. You need a good root flare. And if you don't have a good root flare, it really spoils the design and the beauty of your bonsai. It's already swelled into the trunk. It's trying to attach itself. I think it's trying to fuse with the trunk. This is the most awful root system I've ever seen. I mean, not even like I don't even know about ginseng ficus. Maybe I've never seen those up close, but this is not a ficus, and it has a horrible root system. This is like the ginseng version of an elm bonsai stock. Okay, this root is absolutely grotesque. It looks like it looks like one of the things your cats leave on your doormat from a rat. It looks like the stomach of a rat. So that is horrible. There's this root. This root looks dead, I think. Yeah, I'll prune it off. Maybe it wasn't a root. I don't know. The roots on these are very strange. They have all these markings on them, like they've just been like chewed up or something. But there's also no roots here along. So to avoid doing absurdly serious root work on this, I'm gonna have to scar further up along here. And I don't know, I don't think I can layer these, but there's also still dirt in here. I don't want that. I want to completely see the root base. This is horrible. Okay, I'll come back when I've sorted a bit more out. You know, actually, I think I want you to see all of this, because this is good to know. So, let's see where to start. This root. I hate this root. There's so much wrong with this. Okay, I'm gonna cut this off. It's further up than I cut last year. Oh my goodness. Cut these short. I'm gonna switch hands. I always keep forgetting to switch hands. I'm pretty much taking it back all the way to where I pruned it last year. I don't know how much last year I realized the state of this root system. It's horrible. Okay, this was a cutting. This was a cutting. This was at one time a cutting. And yeah. Oh wow. I don't know how well elms grow from cuttings, but there are some fine roots along the trunk. I'm gonna leave those. I'm gonna not touch those at all. And I'm gonna do huge cuts on these big, grotesque roots. Yeah, there are just hardly any of them go radial. So here, this root, it cranks to the side like that, and it's right here. Now I'm gonna prune it so that it goes radial. And keep the radial part of it. I'm gonna plant this very deep in the pot. And I guess this video can be a bit longer because I am having so much fun correcting this root system. And yet, I am so appalled at how horrible it is. Oh my god. So this root that looks like a rat's stomach, it starts right here. It curls around towards you, right here. And then it goes, it goes like this, curls back around and under like this. That is horrible. Okay. That root is cut. Not very cleanly though. I'm gonna clean it up. If I can clean it up. I don't think I can. Oh. I don't want to chew these roots up. It's trying to eat my scissors. This looks like a monster. Oh god. This is gonna be like Frankenstein, but worse. Worse than both Frankensteins, all Frankensteins. This root is hideous. There's more fine roots up here. Oh the god, oh my goodness. This root's trying to girdle around. Oh god, this is horrible. I have no choice but to like tear it off. What is happening to my scissors? These roots are so filthy. They're not letting me cut right. God. This root coils around like that. I'm gonna just prune it off. This root snakes in between these roots here. I'm gonna prune that off as well. This root comes back from here and Oh yeah, it comes back from there. So that's better, but I'm gonna just prune it off. I'm gonna prune this root off. I don't know what's happening with this root, but it looks like it's dying. Why do these roots look so mangled? Why are they still alive? This root is it's poking up a bit too high. I'm gonna position myself so you can see better. You can see more from my angle. This root's horrible. I want to see all these fine roots. Okay, there's some fine roots coming off of this larger one, so I'm gonna prune this very short. Maybe I need my branch cutters. I'm gonna get my branch cutters. I'll be right back. I'm gonna hurry because last time I checked, my phone battery was at 52%. I gotta really hurry because I do not know how fast it's dying, but I know it does die especially fast when I am making videos. So now these are branch cutters. These are my round, my spherical branch cutters. They make cuts flush and concave so that they roll over easier. I'm gonna cut this rat stomach flush with the trunk because it's just hideous. I don't want to look at it. Now there's also these horrible knobs right here. I'm gonna cut these knobs off. This is going to be okay. This is gonna be a horrible looking tree when I'm done, but it is for the long-term future of this tree and for the better aesthetic of it in the far future. These will heal and roll over. I'm being ruthless. Ruthless? Yes. This root cranks to the side. I'll prune it. Very ruthless. And this elm is gonna go through hell, or this is gonna make or break this tree. And it may first seem like it's breaking it, but it may recover and start making it. So yeah. Yes, I'm gonna cut it off more. This is very, very serious root work. Very serious. There's a big root cut here. So there's a better root coming off the bottom of that. Yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna prune this root on top of it. I'm gonna prune this root beside it. And this root cranks to the side. So I'm gonna remove this. It cranks to the side. It's trying to fuse into that position. I have to get it out. The glue is turning white. It's gonna be slow to recover, but there are fine roots coming off in good directions, but it's only the fine roots that are doing that. This root's way too thick. I'm gonna actually cut it off. This is horrible. This, it'll be a miracle if this survives. But if this is grown from a cutting, I think it should. Look at these wounds. When I'm repotting this, I'm gonna go over it with the Elmer's glue once again. This root, it's taking many steps backward. Time for my other scissors here. So this root's going a bad direction. Ruthless. Ruth? I don't know who she was, but she did not stop. There was no Ruth. I have no Ruth. There is no Ruth in me, and therefore I am ruthless. I'm ruthless without her. And Ruth is very, very calm. Yes. Okay. And now you can still see. I'm almost done. But I am not done yet. There's still more gore, tree gore, to happen. Now, I'm not going to touch any of these fine roots because they are very valuable. I'm tempted to because there are still some very horrible looking fine roots. This root is horrible looking. Cranks to the side. Lot of cranky roots today. Many cranky roots. I hope they kind of cool down a little bit. They're very, very cranky. These are the crankiest roots I've ever seen. Absolutely berserk. Okay, I'm done. I'm done, and I'm going to position myself into a better location where you can get more light. So now it is time to plant the tree. Hello, I'm back. So I'm gonna just move you guys. You're leaning against my current. Okay, now we're gonna get this carnage here. I'm gonna plant it. I'm not worried about sealing the cuts underground because they're gonna form callus tissue and start rooting, because the cambium layer. But I am going to go in after I plant it and seal it up with the Elmer's glue, which I'm gonna keep here, this tray. So I need to find a smaller container because I don't want to waste my soil. I've got some drainage screens at the bottom of the container so that the soil does not fall out. And now, I think it will do great in here. I'm not putting it in a smaller container because it is quite large and it's most likely going to take off because this was grown from a cutting. So I'm going to get, there are still some holes that the soil will fall through. I have added another drainage screen. And now I'm gonna carefully, so that the screens don't get disturbed, put soil in here. And now I can speed up a little bit. Yeah, I'm running out of bonsai soil. I think that's deep enough. The soil line is about right here. So, yeah, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna fill it in. So now I'm gonna do some root work. I'm gonna just kind of poke it into the roots. Maybe I can use these. There's not many tight spaces into the roots. And plus these are quite blunt. The tweezers are they're more sharp. They have a smaller point. Just getting in this all soil into like little spaces. Any air pockets? Oh wow, the tree's really firm. It's so firm. That's quite firm. That's good to see. It's like the firmest I've ever seen a tree get. So that's great. This is not gonna move. I don't need to tie it in. I don't tie my trees in at all. I just don't touch them. We don't get really strong wind. I just put rocks on them at most. This tree's not moving. So I'll fill in the soil. I need to get a scoop. I need to get a soil scoop. That would be really great. All right. So it's about at the root plane that I want it at. I'll add a little bit more. And I think one of these next videos, I need to go get more bonsai soil. I need to get, and I think I might be collecting it from the wild this time. There are many cool places where there's like a rocky soil. So, now I'm gonna water it. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I'm gonna water it. Now I'm going to put some more glue on the new wounds I have given it. So put my phone somewhere. Maybe I'm gonna put more glue on these cuts so that they heal. Okay, that's wound number 1 sealed. There's this one. I really hope this works. Yeah. So usually you squeeze the bottle and kind of rub it in. But this is a glue stick. I don't know how well it works, but I'm gonna find out. I think it might make a difference. This glue's turning white. I like absolutely butchered this tree in this video. And also this helps seal off the wounds from any pathogens possibly, which, they don't happen often, but as you never know. They don't happen often, but you don't know when they're gonna happen. So that's why you gotta seal your wounds. You don't want any kind of spores of some kind of gall or canker or whatever. This is an elm, but I don't think it's going to get Dutch elm disease because it's not the American elm. This could be a Chinese elm, but I don't know, it could be a Chinese elm. It seems a bit different. But I think that those wounds are sealed. Yeah, I sealed all those wounds. So now it is just time to let it grow. And I'm gonna keep this glue and put it with my bonsai supplies. So yeah, it is draining better. And these new buds at the tip are gonna start swelling pretty. I mean, well, the leaves are already coming out. They're very tiny, very delicate. There's still one leaf on right here, but I'm not gonna worry about moss yet. But if I want to put moss on it, it's probably gonna be kind of a big kind. I don't know. Depends. Just let this water drain off the side more. It's just, I don't want this pooling up here. So yeah, I had so much fun today. So that is a big reduction. I think it's going to survive. If any down talking I did during this video is probably false and momentary a disappointment. But I think this is going to recover because I left many fine roots that were new. They have sprouted out of the main trunk. So I think this is going to survive, especially because I put cut paste on it. That should keep some of the moisture in the wood longer, and help it die back slower. So hopefully it doesn't kill off these shoots. It could, it may not, but you never know. And eventually, maybe I can get something out of this curve right here, because this is still kind of ugly. I mean, it's better than how it was before, so it went up like that, and that was way more ugly. But I'd like it to something to sprout like right here, so that it could just be a straight trunk, and then I can develop that spreading elm structure, kind of like these American elms. Yeah, very beautiful trees. So I'm gonna put that right here next to my Chinese elm, which I don't know if I'm gonna keep. I think I just want this one, this large one. So that would be the only Ulmaceae I have. The family of the genus Ulmus, which is the elms. It's too late for updates here. Among the watch poplars,